This is the MMA Brief Podcast, recapping the world of mixed martial arts every single week, with your host, Brandon Johansson.
Welcome back to the MMA Brief, episode 37, recapping CES 45 this past Friday on AXS TV. Turned out to be a great event, a lot of finishes, 2 title fights. We're going to start with Richie Santiago and Miguel, some guy I can't pronounce. Now, a lot of these guys I'm not familiar with, but I was impressed with a lot of their heart. This Santiago, I believe, is his name, not Santiago. Santiago was tough as shit. He was getting lit up on the feet. Looked like he was about to be finished. Got his mouthpiece knocked the fuck out of his mouth. And then he just dragged takedown right into rear naked choke in the third round. Pulled off an incredible comeback win. So that one was like right away. I saw that. Good start. And a good win from Richie Santiago. Gary Boletto Jr. versus some guy. Boletto's boxing was the difference in the fight. And he eventually got the knockout in round 1. Nate Andrews versus Bruce Boyington. Another entertaining fight. Boyington was spinning a lot early on. Kind of caught Andrews off guard. And he hurt him with a nice right hand. Did Boyington. But eventually, Nick Andrews got the timing down and pulled off a really impressive triangle choke off his back. So the submissions just kept rolling. Their only fight that didn't end by finish was the co-main event. So it's pretty rare to have so many finishes. In a weekend that was lacking UFC, you had some action. In the main event, Ashley Gooch got TKO'd. Now, I heard about this guy a long time ago on AXS TV, fighting for some different promotion. I thought it was a girl. Ashley Gooch, but it's a man. He's a heavyweight. But Ashley Gooch got beat by some guy I never heard of, and he took his belt. This weekend, no UFC once again, but Legacy Fighting Alliance is on AXS TV. And they actually have 3 straight weeks of fights leading up to UFC's return on September 2nd. Former training partner and 2-time 2-division champion in boxing, Paul Malignaggi, has came out and said the controversial pictures that Mcgregor has put on Instagram were not factual. It made it look like it was he sustained a knockdown, when he says it was actually Conor getting very frustrated and pushed him down. A lot of speculation. A lot of people came to Paul Malignaggi's defense, said, no way did Conor McGregor knock down Paul Malignaggi. Dana White drops a bombshell and puts 2 videos on his Instagram. One of Conor pretty much roughing him up, landing a couple really good punches. And then the second video was the video everybody was talking about, that still frame was taken out of Malignaggi on his back. In my opinion, it looked like it was a clear knockdown from Conor McGregor. It's got a lot of people thinking he has more of a chance now on August 26th against Floyd Money Mayweather. Just this little bit of footage. Paul Malignaggi saying this thing's been doctored up. This is Hollywood. He wasn't really knocked down. It was a push down. He used his left hand to pull me down. All this stuff. So it adds intrigue. And he's came out and said Dana White's a scumbag for releasing the footage. Stuff like that. But hey, this could just be a build-up to a Paul Malignaggi, Conor McGregor boxing match some day down the road. Who knows? These antics. But I do know tomorrow, Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series, Episode 6, 5 fights, first female fight on the Contender Series. And it's going to be a good night of fights. I'm going to be doing a brief cast, sync it up, and watch on Fight Pass. All right, it's a relatively slow time right now, but we'll be back next week talking about some other shit. Peace.